Salutation greetings to the people. More or less, it's your boy Lucky Lou, Justice Revo TV, justicerevolution.org. Back at y'all with another video. Y'all already know the bop, y'all know the vibes, man. Over here on Justice Revo TV, we teaching, we learning, we building. Each one teach one. That's what we doing over here on Justice Revo TV. We talking about things that matter, things of substance, things with purpose. Know what I mean? So if you into that, or you trying to learn, or you trying to teach, you trying to build, you already know. Tap into Justice Revo TV. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, man. Appreciate all the subscribers. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Salute, man. It's love. Y'all already know. Y'all already know I try to keep y'all abreast with the new laws, things that's going on in politics. Excuse me. Anything going on in that matter. Things that just important. Things that matter. Things that you should know. Know what I mean? And we're trying to help the people in any capacity that we could do. With that being said, we got to speak up, y'all, for Julius Jones. Y'all already know I made a few videos about this brother. This is an innocent brother, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's up to a court and a trial. We already know he caught an unfair trial, in my opinion. Right now, as of this moment, he's set to be executed on Thursday, November 18th. His fate right now, because this is in Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Parole Board recommended that he receive clemency and be sentenced to life in prison, which would give him possibility of parole at this time because he's been in jail over 20-something years. So, you know, right now it's up to Governor Kevin Stitt, the governor of Oklahoma. It's up to him to either give him clemency, you understand what I'm saying, or to let his execution go forward on Thursday. So we trying to save this man's life, man. We trying to save an innocent man's life, people. So what we got to do is continue. I've been telling y'all this in numerous videos. Y'all got to continue to contact Governor Kevin Stitt. You can go on his website at oklahoma.gov. You know what I'm saying? You can go and email him on there, or you can call at area code 405-521-2342. That's area code 405-521-2342. Call and you can let Governor Stitt know that you in support of Julius Jones receiving clemency. And they also have a petition going on about Julius Jones also. And you could go online and find that petition and find that and sign that. Find that, sign that. That's almost like a rap. I mean, but yeah, it's up to Governor Kevin Stitt right now. He got Julius Jones' life in his hands, literally. And like I said, the parole board already recommended that he receive clemency, that his sentence be commuted to clemency. I mean, pardon me, that his sentence be commuted to life sentence instead of the death penalty which he has now. Like I said, he's set to be executed on November 18th. So we have a few days, people. This is a man's life. A potential innocent man. Because we already seen what happened with the jury, what's been disclosed, which came out later about the juror that was on his jury. So, I think that man deserves a shot. I think that brother deserves a shot. It's not up to me. It's up to Governor Stitt. And I would just hope people email and call as much as I've been doing and try to save this brother's life, man. You know what I mean? Because it could be you or it could be your relative at any day. You understand what I'm saying? So again, email or call area code 405-521-2342. You know what I'm saying? And let them know that you are in support of Julius Jones receiving clemency. Demand it. An email at oklahoma.gov, and to tell you numerous ways you can contact Governor Kevin Stitt. Everybody got smartphone, or you know what I mean, so you can figure it out. Find ways to contact Governor Kevin Stitt. Email him, call him, flood his office with emails and phone calls. Flood him, let him know, man. Free Julius Jones. All right. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, man. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe, people. Please, man. Like and subscribe, man. Fuck with your boy. All right. Another thing I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. Pardon the delay, too. I know it's been about a week since I made my video, my last video. See, sometimes people tell me to post every day. Sometimes people tell me not to post every day. I don't know. I'm new to this. And it seems like when I post every day, as for me, it seems like I get less views. I don't know why, you know. But I know I'm not doing nothing controversial. I'm not talking about gossip and all the BS that he say and who got shot, and I ain't getting into all that, so I don't get as much. I don't go viral. You know, you got to do the negative stuff to go viral. Stuff I'm talking about, like telling somebody to read a book. People are like, what, read a book? I mean, so I'm talking to those who really trying to learn, people who really trying to teach, people that's really trying to build. You heard? That's the vibe. So now I want to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. You know what I mean? I talked about that in my last video. I've been waiting to get back to this because you got to see the comments. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I spoke about how Kyle Rittenhouse got a jury of his peers. He got 11 white people on the jury. Even in the Amaud Arbery murder trial. Again, those three white people got 11 white people on their jury. One person of color. Kyle Rittenhouse got one person of color. So I mentioned that in my last video. Of course, I mentioned that none of his victims were people of color. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hops in my comments says, oh, well, what does it have to do with race? None of his victims were black. First of all, this was happening following the protest behind African-American man Jacob Blake being shot by police, which was in the aftermath of the George Floyd Breonna Taylor thing and everything. So it was the whole coalition which it just exploded. You know what I mean? So the case has racial undertones or racial overtones, however you want to put it. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking him for having a jury of his peers. This way they got it twisted. I'm not like, I think that Kyle Rittenhouse has a fair jury. Under the Constitution, it says we are supposed to be judged by a jury of our peers. And he has a jury of his peers. Fine jury. My thing is, people of color, we don't never get a jury of our peers. That's my whole thing. I'm not knocking Kyle Rittenhouse for having a jury of his peers. That's what he's supposed to have. That's how it's supposed to have went. I just wish it was equal in that when we, people of color, pick a jury, that we have the opportunity to, that we get the chance to have a jury of our peers. But that doesn't happen with us. That's just a fact. And like I said, I've had my dances in the courtroom. So that's, I know from experience. I've been to prison, I've been in jail, and I've been to prison. I've been in jail when I watched countless people go to court, pick trials and everything. And it never happens. I've never seen in my whole life, I've never seen a person of color go to trial and have nowhere near a 91% jury of their peers. I've never seen a person of color, I've never seen a black person go to trial and have 10, 11 black jurors on their thing, on their jury. It's preemptory strikes. What they do is part of the systemic racism. See, this is even in the Amaud Arbery case. The judge said that he felt that the defense used discrimination to strike people from the jury, but he said there's nothing he could do about it because this is some of the systemic policies that's set in place where you could use other tactics besides race, but it really underlying it got to do with race, but you just use other reasons to strike them, to strike people of color. It's meticulous and it's strategic, and that's what they do. They do it on purpose. They study these people, they study their background, they know everything about these people, so they know the questions to ask in order to strike them. People get paid for it. It's their job to enforce this unfair policy. That's just a fact. And for the record, like, if I was on a jury, I'm gonna keep it real. And this may get some people mad. I would not find Kyle Rittenhouse guilty of murder. You know what I'm saying? I can see, even if it is BS, and he may be guilty of some stuff, but I can see the argument, because I don't want people to flip out if he beats this kid, if he doesn't get found guilty. Because number one, I could see people gotta not look at race, just be fair. You know what I'm saying? I can see the self-defense argument that he's pushing. And I know with the right attorney, aside from race and all that, with the right attorney, the right argument, you can beat that case is beatable. Just from what the people said, from the videos, from things, the way it happened, you can argue that. I'm not saying he was in the right. I'm just saying I can see the argument. And if I was on the jury, I would not, me myself, I would not find Kyle Rittenhouse guilty of murder, none of that. I may find him guilty of something lesser. Definitely find him guilty of, but I don't think he even charged me of bringing a firearm across state lines or illegal possession of a firearm, which that should be a charge. I would find him guilty of that. Something to do with the firearm, bringing the firearm over there. Maybe reckless endangerment for moving around, how you moving around. Maybe. Definitely the illegal firearm and carrying across state lines. Definitely that. But as far as the murder and all that, nah, I won't find him guilty of that. I mean, and it's just an unfortunate situation, man. And this, like I said, this followed the aftermath. This was the aftermath of Jacob Blake. And to keep it real, this might get a couple people mad. This might get a couple of my people mad. But Jacob Blake, in my opinion, this is my opinion. Jacob Blake was out of order on some G shit. I would have clapped Jacob Blake too. He was moving wacky, in my opinion. He was moving crazy. Dude, you moved around the car. I'm not saying he had the right to shoot you. I'm saying the way you was moving, I would have popped you too. I mean, I would have been a fear of my life. You moved it too fast. You moved. You walked over there. You went. You opened the door. Went in the car. I'm from the hood, man. We already know don't make all those moves with police out on you, unless you trying to run, trying to do. It's like we taught this from young. You know. I mean, that move was crazy. Like, yo, they followed him from that side of the car. They was walking behind him. I don't know what happened before that, but I know when he got up and he walked around the car, then he opened the door and leaned in the door. Now, I'm not saying he should have been shot 7 times. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely would have boomed you. I would have boomed you, Jacob Blake. People can be mad at me and all that, but like I said, Jacob Blake, I'm not marching for Jacob Blake. I march for the. I'm not saying he was a criminal. He was in the wrong or anything. I'm saying I march for people who was like innocent and didn't do nothing wrong and was innocently got caught up and got shot and hurt or killed by police. Police brutality, not person who like that to me that wasn't a cool move, man. He moved it crazy on that one. I mean, that's just my opinion. Jacob Blake, I would have boomed you. I would have boomed you, Jacob. Hope you get better. Hope you walk in. Prayers for Jacob. I think that's just a lesson learned, though, man. Prayers for Jacob, man. Prayers up for Jacob, man. But like I said, man, he was moving crazy. Jacob was moving crazy. So I wouldn't have been out there marching, moving for Jacob. As far as for Kyle Rittenhouse, like I said, this goes with the white privilege. Like I said, like how you going to go? Like first of all, how you going to go from Wisconsin? How you going to go from Illinois to Wisconsin with a gun talking about you're going to protect people's property who didn't even ask you to protect it? If I did that, say I went from Pennsylvania to New York, or I went from New York to Pennsylvania, I'm gonna hold down a Walmart. I don't want nobody looting the Walmart. And I'm out there with an assault rifle. I'm going to jail fast as hell. That's that privilege, if you ask me. That's that white privilege, man. Excuse me. Now, I mean, like I said, I would not find Kyle Rittenhouse guilty if I was on the jury. Now, I mean, like, you know, I would look past the race thing. People gotta look past that. People can't just be letting the racism thing cloud their judgment and want them to get revenge and want vengeance and stuff like that. We just, like, I mean, why I mentioned it, because like I said, it's just the fact that we do not get juries of our peers. We don't get juries of our peers, man. People of color, we don't get it, man. Like, what? You see, what? They got, that's 91%, 90-something% people of their peers on the jury, man. You got 12 people on the jury, 12 and 11 of them is white. And for real, in Kyle Rittenhouse, like, I don't even know if the black person is even an alternate. He might be an alternate and not even be on the main jury. It's crazy. And my people's Miss W, man, shout out to Miss W. She said that she like, you know, white people could be fair on the jury and be. And I understand it's a lot of people like Miss W. There's a lot of good white people. I know a lot of good white people. I got a lot of good white friends. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times, this is somebody's life, and you can't like risk that with that. In my opinion, you can't risk the fact that somebody will be on the jury and be biased. Since a lot of times people having bias, juries, judges, police, everything. Like that dude who said who they kicked off the jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. The dude said, what he said? What they said? The dude said, oh, he made a joke about Jacob Blake. Why police shot only 7 times. This type of person that potentially on the jury. If they didn't kick him off, he would still be on the jury. This is the fact, people. This is just what it is. You can't gamble with people's lives. And like all I was saying is like, yo, we don't get that. We don't get that. That's what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to get a jury of our peers. You know how many times I've seen people try to put in the pill and use that and lose the pill? Say that they did not have a jury of their peers. I seen dudes have no black people on the jury. Or seen dudes have one black person on the jury. I'm telling you, man. That's why they don't want you to teach all this stuff. Like people be like about the laws and stuff, and people start learning the policies that's set in place, and you will see the systemic racism because it's blatant. Just that a lot of people ain't reading, a lot of people ain't checking. But I'm here to tell you, tune in right here on Justice Rebel TV, and I'm gonna put you on. Just keep tuning in. And I'm gonna put you on to everything. Give me some time, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Like and subscribe. You heard? All right, and then you got the Amaud Arbery murder case. That's still going on too. Like, now those dudes, again, 11 white people on their jury. Even the judge said himself on the record that he felt that the defense used discrimination, strategic discrimination, to strike people of color from the jury. But he said there's nothing they can do about it. This is part of the policy that has to change. Because he talked about the preemptory strikes. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but he talked about those strikes. And what they do, they use different ways. They use different tactics to strike people of color. They just do. But all that law is, I think it's Baker or something like that. All that does is stop you from being able to say, oh, you're black, you can't be on the jury. So you just gotta ask it in a different way. They just ask in a different way. They study these people. When they find out who's gonna be in the jury pool, they study these people meticulously. They study the whole background, and they find out, and they know exactly what to ask them to strike them from the jury. It's not fair, man. We gotta switch the system, man. We gotta fix the system, man. You hear me, people? I'm watching this, and I just hope people in Kenosha just keep it calm, no matter what's going on. People across the world, this Kyle Rittenhouse joint, he's getting a fair trial. He is getting a fair trial amongst his peers. My only problem is the fact that we don't never get a fair trial. We don't get a jury of our peers. And that's where my problem lies. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to keep the watch out for the verdict. We're going to keep the watch out for the Kyle Rittenhouse joint. You know what I mean? The Amaud Arbery, that case just stinks. That case just stinks, man. You got the dude, he asked him to kick. First, he asked him to kick Al Sharpton out the courtroom. Now, today, he was asking him to kick Jesse Jackson, the Reverend Jesse Jackson out the courtroom. I mean, that's not the rule. That's not the law. You can't. They're allowed to be there. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but it shows you the blatant thing. Like for him to have the audacity to ask that in open court, they show you they don't respect it, man. They bust they big bullhorn, racist bully pulpit in them courtrooms, man. Word. So we're gonna keep our eye on that. And aside from that, before I go, listen, man, y'all see the mayor, Eric Adams, won in New York, and things in all across the country, man. There's been a lot going on after the elections and stuff. Listen, people, with all this crime going on, I've been telling y'all, you see how it is right now in the town. Y'all see how police is on it. They about to flip the clip. They about to flip it. It's about people, be careful, man. Be careful, be safe, man. Because listen, man, they coming. They about to come back and try to change and roll back all the progress we made in criminal justice reform and all that, man. They about to come for all that, and it's all due to all the ongoing crime. And it's not really people's fault, man. It's like, I'm conflicted, man, because it's like, all the crime that's going on was set up to going on, man. It's set up, man. Police want, like, they want this to happen. They've been letting this happen, man. That's why you see, come on, you got dudes walking around with masks. They keep wanting to just locking people up is not the answer. Because When you lock people up, people still gonna do crime. And it's like when you do the lockup things, like y'all just want to just it don't got nothing to do with making things safe, because there's other ways to make things safe. You got to give people opportunity. If you give people opportunity, that will slow. Some people do crime because they have to, for real. Not everybody do crime because they want to. Something to think about, people, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people do crime because they have to. It's a messed up situation. They create these situations. Now you got situations where you got people got to carry guns and everything. You got people who live places where you got to carry a gun, whether you enter crime or not. It's your Second Amendment right. Because it's like when they say they don't want people, and like, yo, oh, real quick, sorry to flip real quick, but I'm talking about this right now. But when I was telling you about the Second Amendment, Supreme Court heard the oral arguments on the Second Amendment situation in New York, and they about to come with this decision around June and July. Yo, part of the argument, yo, word of mother, you know what the dude said? The dude who was arguing for them not to have the guns in New York City, he was like, yeah, you know, there's too many guns already in the city, and if you give people the legal right to have guns in New York City, the city will be armed to the teeth, and they don't need it out there. And he tried to explain. They asked him, well, how come they give permits to people to go hunt and up in those other counties, upstate and all that? He said, well, they need it for hunting. And then the justice said, it's not dangerous in the forest. How many people get mugged? How many people get mugged in the forest? That's what he said, right? And then the person said, well, they don't need no gun when they go to the city, because he said that the people in the forest, in the woods, needed the gun more because not police in the woods to help them. And he said people in the city are safe because they got police. He said, this is what he said. He said the dude who's arguing for New York not to have guns, he said that people in New York shouldn't have guns and they don't need guns because we have the biggest police department in the country, and the police is there to protect the people. How, Sway? That's what my wife say. How, Sway? The police, basically what you're saying, the people in the hood, you just want people in the hood to sit and get killed and get shot. That's basically what you're saying. Y'all live over there in the city, and y'all don't deserve to be like, because the police don't stop nobody from getting shot. They come after you already got shot, after you already dead. People trying to stay alive. They literally, he said that out of his mouth, like, yeah, they got the police. You know, a lot of police in New York. They don't need no guns around here. But yeah, y'all gonna complain about how many people got shot during the week. And you wanna tell the people who live around here where everybody getting shot that the police is there. Like I said, man, police come after the fact, man. Police come after you already dead, after you already shot. And that shouldn't be an option. That's why you have people running around with illegal firearms. Because some people trying to stay alive. So it's messed up. It's a catch-22, because sometimes we go to jail in the hood just because we try to stay alive. That's what go to that saying I say. Rather be carried by 12, rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. That's really a saying in the hood. Really, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know what I mean? I'd rather carry this gun and risk getting locked up and going to court and being judged by a jury of 12 than carried by 6 pallbearers. That's the option. That's how we grew. That's how a lot of people grew up in the hood. You know what I mean? Give people the Second Amendment right. You know what I'm saying? And if you use your firearm illegal misuse of firearm, then you get a charge. If you shoot somebody because it's not justifiable, then you go to jail. You shouldn't be telling people not to carry a firearm, but people get shot all around them. You get people get shot. You got neighborhoods where people get shot every day. Every day. But you tell the people who live around here to not have a firearm. So listen, man, people, man, stay woke, stay on point, man. They're gonna come down with that decision in June, July. Hopefully, and it looks like they may rob. It looks like they may strike down some of them gun restrictions in New York, man. And then a few other cities go piggyback off of that, man. So hopefully that works out. I don't want to keep y'all too long. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, man. We gotta get the subscribers up, and they go by the likes too, man. Hit the likes, man. If you jacking the video, like I said, man. If you got some content, leave a comment, and don't forget to leave comments, man. If you ain't jack what I'm talking about, come to comments. You know what I mean, tell me you ain't feeling it. People come in my comments and yell at me all the time. They be talking crazy. I don't care if people talk crazy, you know what I mean? Word. Because they behind the computer. I don't care what you're talking about behind the computer. People threaten me on my comments, talk stuff, tell me they ready for work for me, and all kind of. I don't pay none of that on mine. All right, listen, man. It's like that song. It's crazy. When I was locked up, right? When I was doing my 10 years, right? And that song came out, Computers. I just really recently found out what the computer song, Rowdy Rebby, Bobby Shmurda, that computer. I didn't even know what they meant. Now it makes more sense. Like people be behind the computer, talking crazy and doing the computer. Yo, I swear when I was locked up, I didn't know what that meant. I did not know what that meant. I know what it means now, and it makes sense. But salutations, man. Don't forget to tap in. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to tell a friend to tap in with your boy over here on Justice Revo TV. You know what I'm saying? We building, we learning, we teaching. Each one teach one. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Salutations.